Hey, good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution episode 1314. That's an easy one to remember. This is annoying shit out. Okay. There we go. I was looking all over for my Madison Card Show business cards. Because I am running low for when I go to when the Madison Card Show for the business cards there, for other shows that I'm at, and just to hand out cards. I'm down to like one small pile. I've got a whole box of them somewhere. And I'm ripping apart. I knew usually I put them in the middle in the gray shelves behind drawers behind me at the very bottom, and I opened that up, and it's old, outdated ones. And I like to keep the outdated business cards because it still has the relevant information of the Madison Card Show minus the actual dates. So it has my number, email address, location of the Madison Card Show, the Sheraton Hotel on John Nolan Drive, all that good stuff. So sometimes I'll put those into my eBay sales. So I'm looking all over, and it's always the last place you look. Well, why is it always in the last place you look? Because once you find it, you're not looking anywhere else, right? So if it wasn't in that shelf, it wouldn't have been the last place I looked because I would have kept looking. So anyway, it was in the cabinet that was open there, and it was buried under some other stuff. And I'm like, I had more business cards than I thought. And hopefully I'll get dates waiting on an email back. And hopefully I can get those first quarter dates locked up here soon. The reason I was looking for the Madison Card Show business cards was just so I have them for upcoming shows and just to have them on hand. But also, I finally bought the Score a Treat packs to hand out at Halloween. I did buy is it a box? Because they're not in boxes. They're in like giant packs. So I did in their fun size packs of cards. So when I went to Walmart on Saturday, I bought football, basketball, Pokemon. I didn't want to buy Pokemon, but I know Pokemon's really strong and a lot of people want Pokemon cards. And probably kids, I guess, at least some of the people with kids that I've talked to, like, started with Pokemon cards. And now it's like, I thought, and I went to, I can't remember which dealer, but one of my dealers, actually Adam, his son started on Pokemon. He's like, yeah, he's in sports cards now. I'm like, oh, wow. And I had another one, like, start with Pokemon, and now they're in sports cards, like, as they get a little older. So Pokemon, and with trick-or-treaters, obviously young kids, probably gonna skew Pokemon over football and basketball. And it's like, well, if I have some extra packs of football, basketball, I probably won't open them. At this point, I'll probably put them in a quarter box, like just unopened packs in a quarter box. Which is probably, how much are they a pack? Because I think I paid, I don't know. I might have the receipt in my pocket still. No, I don't. That's from dinner. So anyway, I was taping Madison Card Show business cards to each of the packs. I did that last night on the couch, and I'll hand those out. We'll get candy as well, and kids have their choice. Do you want cards? Do you want candy? Because I don't want cards. I want candy. So that's what Halloween's Thursday night. So it's going to be a busy week. I didn't do anything this weekend with the exception of my Walmart run on Saturday. So I got a lot of shipping done, so I can tackle the week. It was a crazy weekend in sales, which when you run a 50% off sale, that's how things tend to go. I think Friday sales were triple my target number. It was over double my target number on Saturday, and yesterday was, oh wait, no, I'm doing the math wrong. It was 4.5x on Friday. I'm multiplying wrong. It was 4.5x on Friday. It was triple on Saturday, and it was more than double yesterday. and have a decent start to Monday already, more so than typical. So, and I have auctions running tonight. So there are some auctions ending in my eBay store, 99centcards.com. Check it out. 50% off coupon is no longer valid, but hint, hint, Black Friday is coming up in about a month. Actually, I think it's exactly 1 month away, isn't it? Black Friday would be November 29th. So a month from tomorrow is Black Friday. Hint, hint, there will probably be a 50% off sale for Black Friday in shit. Even though I'm a glutton for punishment, it's Madison Card Show weekend. I'll run it through the entire weekend. So, and I'll probably get it kickstarted on Thanksgiving night. So you can shop while you're annoyed with your family on Thanksgiving night. So be prepared for another 50% off sale. There will be, I don't want to say less restrictions, but it'll be the same restrictions except for I'm going to raise the max savings. I'm going to put it at like $1,000, just so if you want, if there's some bigger items and a whole bunch of stuff you want, if you're filling sets, we'll raise that cap, because this weekend was only $100 savings. So if you spent $210, you weren't necessarily saving 50%. Shortly, a little less. So we're going to raise that cap to $1,000. It's still not going to apply to auctions. It won't apply to other discount codes. It's 50% off. I can't give my stuff away, although in some cases I am giving it away at 50%. So it won't align with offers. So that will void the discount code. So it's got to be at regular price, all that good stuff. So we'll do another 50% off sale Black Friday weekend, and have some fun with that. It's going to be a busy week here. I've got auctions running every single night this week, with the exception of this coming Sunday, because I am running auctions every night, and Allen and Ginter releases this week, and I'm going to Dallas and Oklahoma City this weekend. It's going to be busy. Again, glutton for punishment. So I decided, okay, no auctions on Sunday night. I'm going to have plenty to ship when I get back Sunday night next week. So I do have a batch of about 50 auctions ending tonight. There's some good stuff ending, so check it out, 99centcards.com. Tomorrow night is Tuesday night. We do our auction stream right here on YouTube, starting at 7 p.m. Central. So we've got some decent stuff. I think Wednesday is probably the better night for auctions this week. But I've got some good stuff. I think Thursday this week, we've got over 100 autographs ending at auction. So all 99-cent starting bids. And then Friday, I think, is a lot of basketball. I think Friday night, Wednesday maybe Wednesday is basketball. Friday is a mishmash. I think Friday is basketball, hockey, maybe some soccer. And then Saturday, very light, maybe 40 auctions this coming Saturday. And it's a lot of like programs. There's some Super Bowl programs. There's a World Series program. There's a Rose Bowl program. There's some other random stuff that ends on Saturday. So a busy week in auctions. My Allen and Ginter case is it's ready to be shipped out. FedEx has not picked it up. It's down in Texas still at the printer, and so I expect them to pick it up today for Wednesday delivery. Fingers crossed, because if it's Thursday delivery, I'm fucked. So hopefully it gets here Wednesday, and hopefully it's on an early truck so I can start ripping as soon as it hits my doorstep. So I'm excited for Allen and Ginter. Awesome checklist. I know some retail has already been hitting the wild. Like somebody on the Blowout forum said their retail case was delivered on Friday. So there are some singles in the wild. Not much, because I did look on eBay last night for singles of Ginter, and not much has been listed. So it might have been just that one person that has stuff listed on eBay. I would imagine we'll start seeing more, obviously, as the week goes on, and certainly by Wednesday, when everybody starts getting their deliveries, Allen and Ginter will be in the wild. I'll probably do my first hobby box break. I'll probably stream it live. I'll do one box break live. And then the rest, I've just got to hunker down and go. I might not even do, just because I'm going to be strapped for time this week. I might not even, because it does take longer to rip when you're filming. So we'll see. We'll see where I'm at with my shipments. We'll see when my delivery actually takes place and all that good stuff. We're going to talk about the Bad News Bears Monday. What a finish last night in the Chicago Bears Washington Redskins Commanders football game. Going to talk about it. I'll share my opinions. Let's go to the chat. Happy Monday. Flawed Thinker says, good morning. Go Redskins. Sorry. Hey, they deserved. I hate saying people or teams deserve something. I just don't like it. It's like true. I hate the deserve and true. But Washington dominated yesterday's football game, and they should have won the game, and they did win the game. Low Roller Scratchers in the house. What's going on? Red Light 34 is here. Good morning. Low Roller says it is Commanders, not Redskins anymore. Red Light says that Bears game. Wow. Yeah. Drummer Matt, what's going on? Good morning. Great day to list some basketball cards. Yes. I am going to try to, get some listings in football and basketball are going to be some of my focus here. But I was also yesterday, as I was watching the Bears game, I was doing a little floor sorting. And I have so much. I have binders coming out of my ass. Like, I bet I have 200 binders of cards from collections I've bought, from Goodwill. And I finally started going through and cherry picking cards out of these binders. And I'm going to put them in quarter boxes. So I plan on being in Rockford in 2 weeks. And then Chicago on Sunday, November 24th, I think, is 23rd would be a Saturday. So 24th, that's Sunday. I will be set up in Chicago at the Spectacular. And then I'm still debating on the Madison Card Show November 30th. Not sure if I will set up. I'm leaning to no, just because of how crazy November is going to be. So I'm leaning no setup November. In Madison, but I will be set up at the Spectacular on Sunday the 24th, and Rockford on the night. I got to confirm I haven't been set up in Rockford in a couple shows, so I've got to text the guys and be like, you got room for me? Because I haven't been a regular in Rockford at that location, so stay tuned. Hopefully they can get me in, but we'll see. Where are we at? So I do want to get some stuff listed, but I did want to get some focus on, I can't, basically when I've gone to set up at shows, it's just like, well, I'm just going to do dime boxes because I haven't refilled my boxes. So now it's especially going to the Spectacular, even though it's going to be a completely different customer base. I need to get some good stuff in there. I need to get some new stuff in my boxes, whether it's new people or not that are looking through those boxes. So I did put some time into that yesterday. Victor's here. What's going on? Good morning. What a debacle yesterday. Go Bears. It was a debacle. I thought the Bears were going to win the game, even going into it. I'm like, I think the Bears will win. They didn't, but they shouldn't have won, but they damn near won the game. It's like, how is this even possible? I'll share my opinions. Todd says, good morning. Bears finish was crazy. It was absolutely insane, that finish. Mr. Archer, good morning. Kyle, good morning. I wanted the Bears to win, of course, but what a play for Washington. It was an all-time play at the end of the game. It's going to go down as, one of, if not the best play, most memorable play of this football season. It's going to be when they run highlight clips of crazy plays. This is going to be one of them going forward. It was wild. Low Roller wants to know, are you listing more politician cards in your store since the election is less than 10 days? Election is in 8 days? Tomorrow, a week from tomorrow. I've got to vote. I'm going to do early voting. I'm going to wait till tomorrow. Although my neighbor went last week and said he waited in line for 2 hours. I'm like, fuck. So I've got to clear an afternoon. So which this is not the week to be standing in line for 2 hours. So I might, just based on my schedule, I don't think I have 2 hours this week to devote to standing in line. Next week, election day, Tuesday, I'll make it work. But man, this week I got to see how I do. Tomorrow afternoon would be, because I don't have that many. I think I'm around 100 orders right now, but they're all big orders. They're not like onesie twosie orders. Most of them are volume orders, which take some time. So, but Ernie's going to doggy daycare today and tomorrow. So, so I think with the amount of work I can get in, and then he'll go back. I'll have him Wednesday, and then Thursday he'll go back to doggy daycare, which is good because that's going to be my busiest day with Alan and Ginter. So, so if I can really buckle down today and get a bulk of my shipping done, I'll have a couple hours tomorrow afternoon to wait. Oh, but the question is, are you listing more politicians? There are some Barack Obama cards I don't have politician cards. Oh, I do have a Harry S. Truman card at auction. I think that's a Tuesday night auction. I do have some Obama cards at auction, and they all have bids. So I don't have much in terms of I think I have a Ronald Reagan cereal box card and John Tyler, because we've ran those on Name That Player. So I have been listing those, and yes, because we are in election season now. Most people, myself included, want to just forget about the election and just, God, will it end, please? I'm sick of the door-to-door. I'm sick of the phone calls and text. Actually, the phone calls I just ignore. The text messages, I'm sick of it all. The commercials. Oh God, the commercials. Sick of it. Sick of it. Philly Joe, good morning. Bazera Collectibles in the house. Good morning. David is here. What's going on? Good morning. Low Roller says something about Pokemon. George, good evening to you. GameStop has boxes. Brian, good morning. Bears fans, is this the beginning of the end of the season? No. I think what we learned yesterday is the Bears are great against bad teams, and they're bad to average against good teams. I think Washington's a good team. Washington was the better team on the field all game long. Washington was the better team. And for the Bears to actually have a chance to win that game is a miracle in itself. Bears are now 4-3. They still get to 10 wins. My opinion, I'm sticking to it. They can still get to 10 wins. However, watching the other teams in the NFC North, in the Bears division, is concerning because each of those teams probably better than the Bears. Maybe the Lions look fucking amazing. I'm concerned about Detroit. I'm always concerned about the Packers because it's the Packers just have the Bears number. The Vikings are probably the team of least concern, but they still are probably better than this Chicago Bears team. Now, with that said, it's the NFL, and even better teams lose games. The Washington Commanders, case in point, nearly lost yesterday. Now, they came back and somehow won that game, but it just goes to show you that nothing is a given in football. I still think the Bears get to 10 wins. They will hopefully improve as the year goes on. Hopefully the offensive line gets better. But man, when you lose an offensive lineman and a backup goes in, look at how far that dropped. Oh, that was terrible to watch. Don't forget about Cyber Monday. Gundy's in the house. Good morning. There you go. Loophole. Cooter, good morning. Orlando is here. What's happening? John's in the house. That Bears cornerback yesterday reminded me of the modern hobby, strutting your stuff when you score a hit in a break, followed by the humility of your LCS schooling you on the reality of the value of your hit. Yeah, that was not a good look at the end of the game. Or after we saw what really played out on the field in that last play. Orlando says Bears and Dolphins lost on the last play of the game. Both teams suck. That dude from Duryea says, what's up? Tough game, but what a finish. It was a finish, all right. John says, hanger boxes are great investment. Buy now and don't look back. We've got Bushnell Prairie City in the house. Dave, what's going on? And you are not going to the Spectacular, correct? I thought we talked about that because I was like, I'm on the fence, but I am going now. Just Saturday afternoon, and then I'll be set up on Sunday. John says, I only watched the first half of the Bears-Skins game. It was a horrible display of football. It was brutal. It was such a bad game. It was such a bad game. I mean, it was what, 12-0 at halftime? Only field goals had been scored to that point. I think the Hail Mary. No, the Bears scored 2 touchdowns, and the Washington didn't score a touchdown until the Hail Mary, the last second. Ugly football. I mean, I don't know. Washington dominated, but just couldn't score. Chicago sucked and somehow stayed in the game. Amazing. Terry, good morning. Sports card ripping teacher, same old Bears. Teams that run that cute play at the goal line are already established, not fighting for their lives in the North. When Fridge did it, the Bears, Pats, KC were on top of the league. That was a terrible, awful, what the fuck are you doing play call. If you're not familiar, Bears are down by, was it 5 points at that? I think it was 12-7 at that point. 6 minutes left in the game. Bears had marched down the field for about the first time in the entire game. And on the 1-yard line, they handed off to an offensive lineman. The offensive linemen for the Bears can't even fucking do their own jobs. And you're expecting them to handle the football as a running back at the goal line down by 5? What the fuck? Of course, it's a fumble. Now they credited, or, Caleb Williams was responsible for the fumble. No, fuck. I don't put the blame on Caleb Williams. I don't put the blame on the offensive lineman. Doug Kramer, I think, is the name of the offensive lineman. That blame goes on the head coach and the offensive coordinator. What the fuck kind of play call is that? You don't do cute shit like that. That's just fucking stupid. Now, did that cost the Bears the game? No. It could have at that point. It's like, well, there goes the game. But that didn't cost the Bears the game. The Bears sucked the entire game. That was a team loss. That wasn't on a terrible play call, giving the ball to the offensive lineman and it fumbles and lose the ball to goal line. It wasn't because Tyreek Stevenson was talking shit on the sidelines and has to run over, tips the ball to a receiver to lose the game. Those were just parts of the bad news Bears. Same old Bears. Same old Bears. They just sucked yesterday and somehow could have won the game. It was a team loss, terrible play call at the goal line, but it didn't cost them the game. And, if they would have given the ball to Roschon Johnson and just say he does score, I mean, hell, the goal line defense could have stood him up and it resulted in a field goal or a turnover on downs. Who knows? Because you're not guaranteed. Just because you hand it off to a running back doesn't guarantee a touchdown. So they still had to run it in. Of course, they didn't have that opportunity after they lost the fumble, but still wasn't a guarantee. Then there's still 6 minutes left in the game. Washington had been marching down the field. Now they couldn't punch it in. They just fell apart in the red zone. They could have scored, and then the Bears, I mean, so many things. There was still a lot of time. 6 minutes, a lot of time. So at that point, could it have lost the game? At that point, yes, could have lost them the game. The Commanders could have just commanded the field and marched downfield. They didn't. They ended up punting, and the Bears did score on the ensuing drive. So the Bears defense did their part. They did a lot of bending yesterday, but they didn't break. Bears ended up scoring and taking the lead there with seconds on the clock. And it's like, wow, I even had a tweet ready. And then I had to delete that draft. So there we go. Bad news Bears. Donald Davis in the house. Good morning. Sports card ripping teacher says, but it's a victory Monday since Green Bay and Notre Dame won. Students get free choice for morning work. Ugh. Ugh. Joey Bosa threw his hat into the political ring yesterday. I did not see that. Joey Bosa. I did not see Nick Bosa. I find it interesting considering the 49ers fan base. Nick Bosa. Christian's in the house. Good morning. He says, go Lions. John says the Washington franchise will hit some bumps. Caleb Williams will have a difficult second half of the season due to more film on him. He looked lost at times yesterday. I didn't see that. I did not see Caleb Williams look lost. He made some bad plays. The strange thing is he makes bad plays against good teams. He looks great against bad teams. I've seen growth. This was probably the first step back of Caleb Williams that I've seen, where he actually I didn't see growth from week over week. So hopefully he comes out. Who do they play next week? Is it Jacksonville next week? Hopefully he can come out and look better. But I wouldn't say he looked lost, but he didn't look like the Caleb Williams that we've seen the last few games. Now, part of that is the offensive line. And we go back to the offensive line. The offensive line is bad. But again, they're only bad against good teams, which is not a good place to be. You know, this is trending to be a 500 team, going to win against bad teams. Now, unfortunately, the Bears have a really strong schedule. Their strength of schedule is up there. That doesn't bode well for a team that doesn't play well against good teams. I didn't see Caleb looking lost. But I think a lot of that you could attribute to he just doesn't have time. You know, I'm in a group chat where we just constantly complain about the Bears. And, you know, somebody said, how come they're not scheming to get these guys open? Well, you can't. You can't scheme to get a player open when you only have 1.5 seconds to throw the ball. And that's why you're seeing these little dump passes and why Caleb Williams looks lost, because he doesn't have time to set up the offense. And when you don't have time to set up the offense, you will look lost at times. But even with that said, I will say I didn't see like an improvement over the last couple games from his gameplay in the decision making, in the throwing. He did make some bad throws. So with that said, I still don't think he looked lost. I just think he just kind of took a step back in yesterday's game. NFL teams are good at making adjustments. Well, hopefully, since the Bears are in the NFL, hopefully they also are good at making adjustments and make adjustments for next Sunday. Rookie QB, that's a game you can expect. Full roller coaster. If it's a 500 season, it's a success with a rookie quarterback. He's still going into the game. He's the only quarterback, number one overall quarterback, to have a winning record through 6 games. The only number one overall quarterback. Now, I know there's 10 other players on that side of the ball and 11 on the other side of the ball. Peyton Manning didn't do it. Who else was a number one quarterback? There's a whole bunch of them. John Elway, he was number one overall quarterback. So there you go. Bears cornerback. I got in trouble on Friday by checking the machine on skill games. Kyle says Bears need to win the division games on the road. Seems like that will be tough. It's going to be tough to get to 10 wins this year, but I still think they can do it. Bazera Collectible says, hoping my kiddo will transition from Pokemon to sports soon. Good way to plant that seed. Dave says, not going to the spectacular, heading to Vegas with Johnny Mac. Now that sounds fun. That sounds more fun than a card show. Sports card ripping teacher says, more importantly, no steal a base, steal a taco. Chiefs do cute shit like that all the time. They also have Patrick Mahomes. Hey, who knows? Caleb Williams could become a Caleb Williams made a Patrick Mahomes-esque throw yesterday. Was that? It might have even been he did the shovel pass on, or was that he might not have made that throw? He made a throw down in the red zone. He did the sidearm. That might have been the touchdown, or no, the touchdown was a running play. But he made a sidearm throw. Might have been to get down to the 1 yard line. Brian's in the house. What's going on? Good morning. Chiefs have an additional 7 people on the field helping them at any given time. Oh, John. Brian says, still no job. Have a 3rd interview tomorrow with a company. Well, that sounds like a good sign. Kamala is helping prisoners with transitions, they say. LRS, by the way, a rare moment of truth. Brian says, LOL, I forgot about the zebras helping the Chiefs. Let's see. There you go. Low Roller has some job-seeking advice for Brian. He doesn't live in Virginia or Pennsylvania. We do not have skill games. We have pull tabs. Brian, hit up some bars and play some pull tabs for temporary income. There you go. F-bomb Monday. Yes, offbeat. Move to Virginia and let the good times roll. Sports card ripping teacher says, first and goal before the linemen play. You need one play to Cole Kmet, your best player at the goal line. Offbeat All-Star says, it makes sense. If I'm unemployed, I should play the lottery. Absolutely. Absolutely. Unicorn Cupcake says, you can be an attorney without law school in Virginia also if you are looking for a career change. The Eagles have Jax next week. Try again. Well, who the fuck do the Bears have next week? I don't know. Look at the schedule. Sports card ripping teacher says, about 5 or 6 years ago, I had a kid refuse Victory Monday. Most will ditch their loyalty for some free time. John says, the man who is telling us how great Caleb is doing is wondering if the Bears play Jacksonville next week. Not realizing they played the Bears 2 weeks ago. You might not be very football-y. I don't look ahead. I focus at the game at hand. I'm not looking ahead to next week. I'm focusing on the game at hand. Being a Bears fan is a handicap. Let's see. There you go. Online surveys. Brian says, yeah, and what's the number 2 picks record? I don't know. Oh, it's 6-2. Is that right? 6-2. John says it is much easier for a defense to make in-game adjustments versus a rookie quarterback making in-game adjustments. Bo, you might be the most optimistic person on earth. I could be. I don't think you will see growth from week to week. You don't get your PR every race. That's a good point. That's a good point. Fans want to see how he responds. That's a good point. Let's see. Low Roller Scratchers talking. LRS back to repeating themselves. Clarity gone. LOL. Go Chiefs. Brian should develop some skills. Pool hustling, loan sharking, and pimping. Stop expecting handouts. Johnny M, good morning. Who's the number 1 projected NFL pick next year? Just wondering who the Jets will get. It's still up in the air. There's not a defined favorite. Number 1, I've seen Shedeur Sanders. Let's clear up some air here. Chicago Bears schedule. Let's find out who they play next week. They play the Cardinals. The Cardinals. All right. NFL mock drafts. Let's see that one. NFL spin zone. Sounds like a yoga class. Shedeur Sanders is mocked to go number 1. Cam Ward, quarterback from Miami, is mocked to go high. Will Campbell, offensive tackle from LSU. Jalen Milroe, quarterback out of Alabama. I've seen him rising in the NFL mock drafts, which at this point of the year, the mock drafts change consistently. Not often do we see a clear-cut number 1 from this time of year until the NFL draft, but those are some of the players that Shedeur Sanders is kind of right now rising to number 1 overall pick territory. Let's see. Where are we at? Bears played Jacksonville 10-14. I should know that. That was just a couple weeks ago. Low Roller says I sold $80 in card show this weekend. It is tax-free. I got paid in cash. There you go. Unicorn Cupcake says, what cards did you sell? Word says Shedeur Sanders. I ask every table to buy my base cards and silver cards. Sanders, LOL. I wish someone would pick him number 1. Cam Ward, University of Miami quarterback, is awesome, says Orlando. Ward is looking good. Yeah. So the Bears sucked yesterday and still almost won the game. We talked about the last play. And how about Tyreek Stevenson? He's over on the sidelines talking shit. And in my group chat, it's like, you got to tip the ball forward. And now typically in a Hail Mary formation, you have the offense is going to have one player up front expecting a tip forward, and then you have the scrum in the middle, and then you have a player, guess what, in the end zone, back of the end zone, expecting a tip in the back. So it kind of played out exactly how it's supposed to play out. It was tipped back. It was also Tyreek Stevenson, who was talking shit on the sideline as the play started and had to run to the scrum. Why wasn't he in position to tip the ball forward? Because he was talking shit on the sidelines. It played out perfectly for Washington. We talked about the goal line dumb play, but it was a collection of errors. The offensive line. The Bears offensive line against good teams is making Caleb Williams look bad, is making the entire offense look bad. They have all these weapons. How come they can't do anything? Well, they don't have time to do anything. It's making the coaching look bad. Well, the coaches are also making the coaching look bad as well, with handing the ball off at the 1 yard line to an offensive lineman and fumbling and losing the possession. But, man, you're not getting enough time. And then, was it Braxton Jones? One of the offensive linemen went out, and your backup, failed his assignment 4 times in a row. And you just can't have that. You can't have that. Defense was giving up a lot of yardage. Fortunately, they didn't give up those yards into touchdowns, but they did score on how many possessions did the Commanders score on? 5 possessions they scored on, resulting in 4 field goals and a touchdown. So what I saw out of Chicago, I'm more pessimistic now after watching that game, because that was clear cut. That was game 7 for the Bears. And at this point, it's like we need better performance, especially out of the offensive line. That's the biggest knock on this team is the offensive line. And against good teams, man, we've got the Bears have a tough schedule ahead. What's the schedule? I don't want John to get mad at me for not knowing the Bears schedule coming up. Cardinals this week. I don't even know how the Cardinals. Patriots are not good, so that's and then you got the Packers. And then you roll into that gauntlet. You got Packers, Vikings, Lions, 49ers, Vikings, Lions, Seahawks, Packers. That's a damn tough schedule. Yes, they're at 4-3 right now. I'm looking at this schedule, and I still think they can pluck some wins. It doesn't look as good as like the Panthers and the Jaguars. But I still can the Bears win 6 games? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Can they win 6 out of the last 10 games? Man, that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough to win 6 of the 10 games remaining on the schedule. I think I think they can split against the Vikings. I think they could split against the Packers. Lions is going to be tough. Seahawks, 49ers. I mean, these are tough games. I still think. Now, would I put my life savings on it? No, I wouldn't put my life savings on anything. But would I put money on the Bears winning 6 of their last 10 games? I'd be like, I'm going to pass. Do I think it can happen? Yes. And I'm going to stick to my guns. I still think the Bears can win 10 games. Brian thinks 5. They have to lose 9 out of, well, I guess they have to lose 9 out of 10 games to get 5 wins. So I would rather put money on winning 6 of the last 10 than losing 9 of the last 10 games. But it's a tough schedule. It's a tough schedule remaining. But I still think they can find 10 wins. Hopefully they can find improvement. I mean, the biggest concern is the offensive line isn't going to get better. The offensive line is my biggest concern. I think Caleb Williams can improve, even with other teams making adjustments, because Caleb Williams has proved that he can also make adjustments. And he looks like a veteran at times. Like a seasoned veteran, like an all-pro veteran at times. But he's got to have time, and the offensive lineman is not allowing that. And I don't see any improvement unless the Bears can when's the trade deadline? If the Bears could get an offensive lineman at the trade deadline, but we will see. I still think I'm going to be optimistic. I still think they can get to 10 wins. I don't see any. It's going to be more likely to have an 8-win season, but I think they can hit 10 wins. I'm optimistic. So where are we at? Let's see. Where are we at? John says, ironically, if that dope had stayed talking to the fans instead of finally getting involved in the play, the Bears probably would have won. Yeah, because he's the one that tipped it. And, it was a fluke. It was an absolute 100% fluke. And, if he's not in there, it likely gets tipped in a different direction, batted away. The Bears win the game. Word says LOL. Never saw Bronco Nagurski talking shit to the fans during a Hail Mary against the Commanders. Wow, I didn't realize you were that old. I didn't realize you watched Bronco Nagurski play. How was he? How did he look in person? The play was preparation meets goofing off. Sports card ripping teacher says the safety cannot let anyone behind him for coaching. Again, all right, I got to work. Have a good day. Brian thinks 5 wins. Bears play the Oakland A's next week in Sacramento. 6 wins total might be the right call. No, they'll win more than that. They'll win more than 6. I would put money on more than 6. I think realistically, at this point, I'm still sticking to 10 wins. I'm going to be stubborn. And say the Bears win 10 games this year. It's going to be damn hard to get there, but I think they can do it. Now, knowing what I know, watching these first 7 games, realistically, I think they win 8 games. I think 10 is certainly the math. Like, I don't think there's a snowball's chance in hell the Bears can win 11 games. I think 10 is within reason. But it's the chances are a lot lower. And I think 8 is kind of the sweet spot. I think 8 wins, that puts him at what, 8-9? Is that what 8 wins is now? Now they're 17. I got to do the different math. It used to be easy, 16, 8-8. So I think 8-9 is probably the realistic play. But I definitely would go over 5, over 6, and over 7. I think it's going to be between 8 and 10 realistically. I think 8 is on the low end, 10 is on the high end. So maybe it's 9-8. Maybe it's 9-8. But I think it's between 8 and 10 wins. I'm sticking to 10. I'm going to say it. Going to keep saying it. Bears will go 10-7. John says, unless they go to 8-man, they can crack 10 wins. So long as they only play in-state teams. Seasoned with sauce. I have no bad will for the Bears or their fans. I just don't expect much. Porter says, good morning. My kindergartner had his first Scholastic book fair. Oh, man, I love the book fair. I still remember buying Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, and Bo Jackson books at those sales. Oh, my God. Hell yeah. I had the Joe Montana book. Let's Google it. For those that don't know, Joe Montana book fair book. It's got to be a photo online. I want to try to find. I had like a super. Yes, this is the one I had. Oh, yes. It's even on eBay. Oh my God, this brought back so many memories. 1991. This is the book I had. Joe Montana. Sports Shots. Scholastic book fair. How about that? That's one I had. I had a Super Bowl trivia book from probably the same series. I would get like Full House. I loved Full House. I would get Full House book. Full House and Joe Montana. That was my book fair. Where are we at? John says, when's the last time you had a seasoned all-pro veteran at quarterback in Chicago? You might know what you're looking for. Well, I have watched other football games. I'm not relegated to only watching Chicago Bears quarterbacks. Otto Graham, not a Bears quarterback. I'll take that fluke as a Redskins fan. Can I bet you a Bo Thompson baseball card they won't get to 10 wins? Well, it's a lot of money. But yes, I'd bet you $100 they don't get more than 7 wins. I don't bet, but I would put money on that. I'm not going to bet $100. Are you crazy? Word says 10 wins. 10 wins. They're going to go 10-7. 10-7. I'm sticking to it. Jordan says that's a good rip. It's a good bet. Winner pays the taxes. Cooter says, my first book fair buy was Third Base is My Home by Brooks Robinson. Very nice. So that's what I had for today. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, visit my eBay store, 99centcards.com. And by the way, let's show what I've got ending tonight. I've got some football auctions ending this evening. Let's share this tab. Add to the stage. So here's what's going on tonight in my eBay store. I got a Joe Thomas Hall of Famer. Hall of Fame offensive lineman rookie card. You would think that would have a bid by now. Wisconsin Badger, Joe Thomas, Bowman rookie card. We've got Ronnie Lott, 84 tops. We've got a Justin Fields, Leaf rookie card, Leaf draft. How about that? No bids on any of those. Come on, get the bids in. A Shady McCoy rookie card. No bids. But Brian Urlacher, his rookie card's up to $6. I was shocked by that. Clinton Portis rookie card, no bids. Dwight Freeney does have a bid. Ricky Williams rookie card. Ed Reed rookie card. Jim Nanowski, Detroit Lions quarterback. We've got a bid on that one from 1961. I've got a Brett Favre Metal Universe. This is a really cool card. I'm curious where this lands, if there's going to be some action at the end of this auction. It's a Jonathan Stewart rookie black refractor, serial numbered to 10. It's at $550 right now. I'm curious where this goes. I've got a Marvin Harrison rookie, another Hall of Fame rookie card. Boomer Esiason rookie card, 86 tops. Not a future Hall of Famer, Andy Dalton, Upper Deck College Football Legends. Marshawn Lynch, a lot of rookie cards in tonight's auctions. Upper Deck rookie for Marshawn. Matthew Stafford Sage hit, Georgia Bulldogs. We've got a T.Y. Hilton rookie card from Prestige. More Joe Flacco, a Sage hit. Delaware Fighting Blue Hens. Got some Walter Payton action here. 84 instant replay. No bids on Payton. Joe Theismann, 86 tops. Donovan McNabb, not a Hall of Famer. Collector's Edge Advantage rookie card in a Syracuse uniform. I've got a Derek Jeter Upper Deck 93 Upper Deck top prospect rookie card. Baker Mayfield Select Red Yellow Prism die cut. Bo Jackson, Urlacher, Eric Ainge. I think that's a rookie autograph. It's an autograph. Maybe it's not a rookie, but it's an auto numbered to numbered to like 1118 or some weird random number, but it's serial numbered rookie or serial numbered autograph. John Skelton rookie auto for the Cardinals. Bryce Young rated rookie. Sam Hartman Bowman U Chrome blue refractors. He at Notre Dame now? I can't remember. I think he transferred. Tua, who's back in action. Silver Prism. We've got a Jordan Love Prism. Tua is back. Bryce Young was back as a starter, and Jordan Love went out with an injury. Adrian Peterson, score rookie card. Joe Montana, select Silver Prism die cut. Wait, we were just talking about Joe Montana. Here's Jaden Daniels. Sage, LSU Tigers. Jaden Daniels. Last one went for $9. See how much this one goes for. Ends tonight. Emmitt Smith rookie card. More Hall of Fame rookie cards. Tim Brown, serial numbered. A Pacific Vanguard blue, numbered to $299. Still no bids on that. That's surprising. Ken John Barner rookie auto. Tavon Austin, purple refractor to $499 rookie. KJ Harris, Sage hit autograph. Ben Roethlisberger, Sage hit. Well, there's more auctions ending tonight than I thought. We got Peyton and Eli Manning cards, Josh Allen, a Tua rookie card, Michael Strahan rookie card, Drake May first chrome, Michael Penix Jr. Bowman chrome, Brian Thomas first chrome. Here's another Joe Montana Gridiron Kings. Mahomes Donruss Optic. I can't believe this one doesn't have any bids. Aaron Rodgers, 2006 playoff Spectrum Black, numbered to 100, and it doesn't have a bid yet. That's shocking to me. Eli Manning, Donruss Optic, hollow. Here's an Anthony Richardson rated rookie. I don't know if he'll be selling after yesterday. Michael Vick, Sage hit. Randy Moss rookie card. Man, there's a lot of good rookie cards in tonight's auctions. Here's a mystery chrome Randy Moss. Patrick Willis score rookie card. Hopalong Cassidy 1960. So there's a lot of good stuff. There's a lot more auctions ending tonight than I had anticipated. So check out my auctions, 99centcards.com, and get those bids in. Some really good stuff. Final chats before we leave for the day. Kyle says offensive line and coaching seem to be Bears' long-term problems. Yeah, we've been talking about this since like the Super Bowl season. Since then, it's been all downhill. Jay Cutler was a great quarterback. Didn't have time to throw. Offensive line was awful. Coaching wasn't that great either. Need those two things to get 10 wins. Need Hall of Fame talent in those areas to see Super Bowl. Yeah, it's going to be tough. I still think they can do it. Jordan says, Bo, 10 wins going to be tough for the rest of the season. Schedule is tough. Schedule is brutal. They've got to win 6 of 10 games against that schedule. I know it's not looking good for my prediction, but I'm going to stick to it. I'm a stubborn old cuss. Michael Renicky, good morning. Jordan says, Sam is a pro-Washington practice squad. Max says, how about them Packers? And it's time to go. All right, and that is all I had for today. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, visit my eBay store, 99centcards.com. Regular sale, buy 7 or more cards at regular price. That's on buy it now items only. Save 25% off at checkout. That also does not include auctions. I've got some great auctions, as you just saw, some great football auctions ending tonight, so get those bids in. We've got some good auctions ending tomorrow night as well. Tomorrow night, Tuesday Night Live. We stream starting at 7 p.m. Central. Let's see. May or may not rip a box of Allen and Ginter live. I'm going to lean no. I just don't like opening boxes live. Just don't like doing that. What else? We will not be live on Friday morning. So no streaming or no Hobby Evolution on Friday morning. I've got an early flight to OKC. So I'll be flying down to Oklahoma City, and then Cooter and I driving down to Dallas on Saturday morning. So if you're going to be at the Dallas Card Show, reach out. You can find me at a bargain box somewhere within the show, throughout the show next Saturday. Let's see what else. And then I'll be back Sunday night. So no Hobby Evolution Friday morning. No Hobby Evolution Sunday morning. We'll probably do one from the car ride to Dallas on Saturday morning, just checking in. And then I'll be back next Monday morning. So we won't play Name That Player this week. So there you go. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, visit my eBay store. Have a wonderful Monday. We will talk again tomorrow morning.